ask you something. Have you ever looked at a pile of customer feedback and thought, I know there's something important in here, I just can't see it yet? Hundreds of comments, dozens of interviews, pages of open-ended responses. You read a few, you skim a few more, and eventually you start guessing. That sounds like an onboarding issue. This feels like a product problem. Support keeps coming up, but here's the problem. When feedback scales, patterns stop being obvious. And that's where most teams get stuck, because feedback doesn't come labeled. Customers don't say, this is theme number 3. They just tell their story in messy, unstructured language. That's exactly what thematic analysis is meant to solve. And in 2026, doing thematic analysis manually just doesn't scale anymore. Hi, I'm Kanika from Zonka Feedback, your go-to platform for surveys, customer experience management, and AI-powered feedback intelligence. And in today's video, I'll walk you through the top AI thematic analysis tools you should know right now. Tools that help you move from raw comments to clear themes, insights, and decisions. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Zonka Feedback. If you're dealing with large volumes of open-ended feedback and your biggest question is, what are the real patterns here and which ones actually matter? This is where Zonka Feedback really shines. Because thematic analysis isn't about reading more comments, it's about finding structure, meaning, and priority inside unstructured feedback. Zonka's AI thematic analysis works across multiple feedback sources. Surveys, support tickets, chat conversation, and in-product feedback, you name it. So instead of analyzing themes in silos, you are identifying patterns across the entire customer experience. That's critical because the same issue often shows up in different words and in different places. At the foundation, Zonka Feedback automatically groups unstructured feedback into themes and sub-themes. You don't need to manually tag responses or define rigid categories upfront. The AI looks for meaning and repetition in language and starts surfacing patterns like onboarding confusion, feature gaps, pricing concerns, delivery delays, or service quality issues. This is usually the first moment teams realize what they have been missing. To make sense of this quickly, Zonka gives you a snapshot report. Think of it as a thematic overview of everything happening in this feedback project. Here, the AI surfaces key insights, that is, what stands out across all feedback, key drivers, which themes are mentioned positively or negatively, theme volume and change, what's growing, declining, or stabilizing. What makes this especially powerful is that themes aren't analyzed in isolation. They are connected to sentiment and CX metrics like NPS, CSAT, and CES, so teams can clearly see which themes are actually influencing outcomes, not just which ones are loud. This is where thematic analysis moves from pattern recognition to prioritization. One of Zonka's most valuable capabilities is themes in focus. This highlights themes that are trending upward and themes that are just starting to emerge. And this matters because most problems don't explode overnight. They show up quietly first. Zonka Feedback helps teams spot these themes early and prioritize them based on impact, not just frequency. Once a theme stands out, the next question is always, what's actually behind this? That's where deep dive reports come in. You can explore any theme or sub-theme in detail and see how often it appears, how it's evolving over time, and the exact customer comments driving it. So themes never stay abstract, they're always grounded in real customer language. Zonka also supports entity-level thematic analysis. That means themes aren't just about what customers are talking about. They are tied to specific products, features, locations, services, or touchpoints. This makes it easy to see whether a theme is systemic or isolated to a particular part of the experience. As your feedback program matures, your themes don't reset, they evolve. Teams can refine existing themes, customize them to match business language, or ask the AI to suggest new ones using a short 1 to 3 line prompts. This allows thematic intelligence to compound over time instead of starting from scratch with every survey or project. And importantly, themes don't stop at insight. With Zonka's response inbox, workflows, and alerts, themes can be routed, assigned, and tracked. So ownership is clear and action actually happens. Different teams focus on themes relevant to them while leadership sees the bigger picture. So if you are looking for an AI thematic analysis tool that identifies meaningful patterns across unstructured feedback, works across surveys, support, chats, and in-product data, connects themes to sentiment and CX outcomes, surfaces emerging and high-impact themes early, lets you drill down into real customer language, and helps teams prioritize what to fix next. Zonka Feedback isn't just clustering feedback, it's helping teams understand what's really going on and what actually deserves attention at scale. Second, thematic. Now, if your primary need is pure thematic analysis and you want AI to focus almost entirely on identifying what customers are talking about and how these themes evolve over time, Thematic is one of the most specialized tools you can use. Thematic is built from ground up for AI-driven theme discovery. It doesn't try to be a full feedback platform or a workflow system. Instead, it focuses on doing one thing extremely well, helping teams identify, refine, and track themes across large volumes of unstructured feedback. Thematic can analyze feedback from multiple sources, whether it is surveys, support tickets, reviews, chat conversation, and other text-heavy inputs. Once the data is ingested, its AI automatically clusters feedback into themes and sub-themes without manual tagging. This makes it especially powerful when teams are dealing with tens of thousands or even millions of open text responses. One area where Thematic really stands out is theme quality and consistency. As feedback volume grows, themes don't become noisy or fragmented. Teams can refine and stabilize themes over time, which makes long-term trend analysis far more reliable. This is particularly valuable for mature VOC and insight teams that need confidence that this theme today means the same thing 6 months from now. Thematic also connects themes with sentiments, so teams don't just see what topics are coming up, they see how customers feel about each theme and how that sentiment changes over time. This adds important context without distracting from the core goal, that is understanding patterns in feedback. Another strength of Thematic is transparency. Teams can drill into any theme and see exactly which comments are contributing to it. This makes it easier to validate insights, build trust in the AI, and confidently share findings with stakeholders. It's important to understand where Thematic fits best. Thematic excels at deep thematic discovery, clean categorization, and long-term theme tracking. It's less focused on closing the loop, routing feedback, or driving operational workflows. Most teams use Thematic alongside other CX or feedback tools to act on the insights it produces. So if you are looking for an AI thematic analysis software that specializes in discovering and refining themes at scale, maintains consistency as feedback grows, adds sentiment context without noise, and supports long-term insight and research, Thematic is a strong choice, especially for teams that want AI to handle the heavy lifting of interpretation with precision and trust. Insight 7. Now, if your thematic analysis workflow starts with interviews, discovery calls, focus groups, or long-form transcripts, Insight 7 is built for that kind of qualitative data. It's positioned as an AI platform for turning unstructured research inputs into themes, patterns, and usable insights without spending days coding everything manually. The way Insight 7 fits into thematic analysis is pretty straightforward. You bring in your qualitative data, especially transcripts and text documents, and the AI helps you move from raw conversations to organize themes much faster. So instead of starting with a blank coding sheet, you start with AI-assisted structure. One of the big strengths Insight 7 talks about is automated theme discovery and clustering. It uses AI to group similar responses together, so patterns become visible even when the language is messy or inconsistent. This is especially useful when you have dozens of interviews, a lot of open-ended survey responses, or multiple research sessions, and you want to see what keeps repeating. Insight 7 also positions itself around turning themes into structured narrative, not just here are the themes, but helping you shape analysis into something shareable, like structured reports and research outputs. So it's not only theme extraction, it's theme extraction with reporting in mind. And because real thematic analysis is never fully hands-off, Insight 7 leans into the idea that AI handles the heavy first pass, surfacing patterns and emerging trends so researchers can spend time validating, refining, and turning those themes into decisions. Insight 7 also mentions pairing thematic analysis with sentiment insights in the broader workflow, so teams can add emotional context to the themes when needed, especially in customer-facing research. So, if you're looking for an AI thematic analysis tool that works really well with qualitative research, inputs like transcripts, helps you cluster responses and spot emerging themes faster, and supports structured reporting once themes are identified, Insight 7 is a strong option, especially for research and insights teams who want to speed up thematic analysis without losing the ability to validate what the AI finds. Maze. Now, if your thematic analysis work comes from product research like usability studies, interview session, and open-ended research questions, Maze is one of the most practical AI thematic analysis tools you can use. Because Maze isn't trying to be a full VOC platform, it's built to help product teams and researchers move from raw research data to clear themes and insights fast. Maze's AI can automatically identify common themes in open-ended responses in minutes, so you don't have to manually read hundreds of answers just to spot patterns. And what's useful is that themes don't just appear as a list. You can actually filter insights by theme and even add sentiment visibility alongside themes where you want extra context. Where Maze really shines for thematic analysis is interview-based research. With Maze interview studies, the platform can transcribe sessions and then use AI-powered thematic analysis to group responses into themes and detect patterns. So instead of spending days coding interviews manually, you get a structured starting point quickly, and then you can refine it. Maze also supports that real-world research workflow where AI gives you the first pass but humans still validate. You can review AI-generated summaries, suggested highlights, and even override AI-attributed sentiment if needed, which matters when you want insights you can trust. Another interesting angle is Maze's AI moderated studies. It's designed to help teams run moderated style interviews at scale and then streamline the analysis and reporting, including themes and thematic reporting inside the results experience. So the thematic analysis isn't separate from the research workflow, it's built into it. So if you're looking for an AI thematic analysis tool that helps product teams find themes in open-ended responses fast, support interview transcription and theme grouping, lets you filter insights by theme, and makes it easier to go from research session to shareable insights, Maze is a strong pick, especially when your thematic analysis is tied to UX and product decisions, not just customer feedback reporting. MonkeyLearn. Now, if you want an AI thematic analysis, but you don't want a tool that forces you into its themes, MonkeyLearn is a great pick. MonkeyLearn, now part of Medallia, is AI thematic analysis software that helps teams turn unstructured text into structured themes using machine learning. Here's the key idea with MonkeyLearn. It treats themes as topic classification. So instead of only discovering themes automatically, it helps you define the themes you care about and then tag text consistently at scale. That means you can build themes that match your business language like onboarding friction, pricing confusion, feature request integration, or delivery delays, and then have the AI apply those themes across thousands of responses. MonkeyLearn supports both pre-trained models like topic detection, keyword extraction, and custom models you train yourself using examples with no code interference. So if your themes are specific or change often, you can update the taxonomy without rebuilding your entire process. What makes MonkeyLearn especially useful for thematic analysis workflows is that it can plug into where teams already work. For example, MonkeyLearn has a Google Sheets add-on, so you can run topic detection and thematic tagging directly inside a spreadsheet. No exports, no manual labeling row by row, and for bigger pipelines, teams can use it via APIs and integration to classify feedback continuously as it comes in. Another thing MonkeyLearn does well is supporting signals around themes. So once a response is tagged into a theme, you can also run keyword extraction to understand the language inside a theme and entity extraction to identify what the theme is about, like product names, features, location, or brands. That makes your themes more actionable because you're not just seeing categories, you're seeing what's driving them. The trade-off is simple. MonkeyLearn is best when you want control and consistency. It's perfect for teams who already know what themes they want to track and want AI to apply that taxonomy at scale. If you want a tool that auto-discovers themes and hands you a narrative, you might prefer something more insights platform style. So if you're looking for an AI thematic analysis tool that lets you define your own themes, automatically tag feedback into those themes at scale, and fits into spreadsheet API workflows, MonkeyLearn is a strong choice, especially for teams that want thematic analysis with maximum flexibility and control. Delve. Now, if your thematic analysis work is coming from interviews, focus groups, transcripts, field notes, and you still want to do things properly, not just get an auto-generated list of themes, Delve is built for that style of work. Delve is essentially qualitative data analysis software designed for coding and organizing qualitative data and then using that structure to build themes. Here's what makes Delve different in the AI thematic analysis space. It doesn't position AI as the analyst, it positions AI as an assistant to your analysis. Delve's AI assistant is designed to support the phases researchers usually go through: brainstorming initial codes, deductively coding faster, refining themes, and even reviewing and discussing findings like a peer debriefer. So instead of AI replacing your thinking, it speeds up the parts that usually slow you down. For thematic analysis specifically, Delve supports the workflow most people struggle with. You start by coding your text, and Delve helps you keep coding clean and organized. So it's easier to turn hundreds of codes into a smaller set of meaningful themes. Then, as your code evolves, which always happens in thematic analysis, Delve's interface is built to handle that iterative cycle without breaking your flow. Now, where the AI becomes especially useful is when you hit that moment in thematic analysis where you think, okay, I have codes, but what's the story here? That's where Delve's AI is meant to help you. Ask questions about your transcripts and coded data, refine theme definitions, and analyze faster without losing methodological grounding. And because thematic analysis is never just about themes, it's also about evidence, Delve also emphasizes being able to quickly find codes and context and export codes and transcripts easily when you are writing up findings or sharing results. So if you're looking for an AI thematic analysis tool that supports real qualitative coding workflows, helps you build themes in a structured, defensible way, uses AI to speed up coding and theme refinement without taking over, and keeps human at the center of analysis, Delve is a strong choice, especially for research-heavy teams who want AI assistance without losing methodological control. Looppanel. Now, if your biggest challenge with thematic analysis is this, you do great research, but your insights are scattered. Some notes are in docs, some are in spreadsheets, some live in recordings, and by the time you try to synthesize, you're basically starting over. That's where Looppanel comes in. Looppanel is built as an AI-powered UX research analysis tool and repository where thematic analysis is not just a separate step, it's built in the workflow. Here's what Looppanel does really well for thematic analysis. It can auto-tag your data with themes and sub-themes, not just transcripts, but also notes, surveys, and even open-ended NPS responses. So instead of manually coding every session, you get instant thematic structure to work from. And importantly, you're still in control. You can edit, rename, delete, or refine tags anytime, which matters because real thematic analysis is always iterative. Another strong piece is how Looppanel connects themes back to evidence. Once auto-analysis runs, you can move into its Insight Summary panel, where you can review AI-suggested insights, organize supporting codes, and build a shareable report that's source back, not just a list of themes. That source back part is key because it helps teams trust the themes. Looppanel also supports that finding it fast use case because it's a repository. You can search across your research, filter by tags, and pull together everything related to a theme. And Looppanel can generate an AI summary of what you pulled, which helps speed up the synthesis. So instead of rebuilding your analysis every time, you can reuse and rediscover insights across studies. So if you're looking for an AI thematic analysis tool that auto-tags research with themes and sub-themes, keeps the researcher in control of the taxonomy, connects themes to evidence and codes, and makes synthesis easier through a searchable research repository, Looppanel is a strong choice, especially for product and UX teams who want thematic analysis to be repeatable, traceable, and easy to share. When you step back and look at all of these tools, one thing becomes very clear. Thematic analysis isn't about finding more feedback. It's about finding meaning. It's about turning hundreds or thousands of open-ended responses, interviews, and comments into clear patterns you can actually work with. And as you saw in this video, different tools approach thematic analysis in different ways. Some are built to handle large-scale customer feedback across channels. Some are designed for deep qualitative research and interview-based analysis. Others focus on speed and customization or keep research insights organized over time. The right AI thematic analysis tool depends on the kind of data you're working with, how structured or exploratory your analysis needs to be, and how you plan to use those themes once you have identified them. If you're still manually coding feedback or struggling to see patterns as volume grows, AI thematic analysis tools can completely change how fast and how confidently you move from data to insight. And if you're looking to bring thematic analysis across multiple sources like surveys, support tickets, and chats, and in product feedback into one unified system with clear, actionable insights, check out Zonka Feedback from the link given in the description below. If this video was helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments which AI thematic analysis software you are currently using. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.